student screamed at the teacher and asked the class, "Did anyone notice the baby blanket in his briefcase?" Austin snatched it out the bag and held it up. Pink, handmade, a name embroidered in white thread. The whole class turned to look. Mr. Weaver's face went pale. He crossed the room in 3 steps and snatched it from Austin's hands. "That's none of your business. I was just looking for a stapler. You said your briefcase was on your desk. The stapler is in the drawer, not the briefcase." He shoved the blanket back inside, hands shaking. "Whose is it?" "A girl in the front row." "Curious. Do you have a kid?" "We're not discussing this. You said you were single." Austin again. "First day of class. Someone asked if you had a family. You said no. I said we're not discussing this. The blanket says Gloria. Is Gloria your daughter?" Mr. Weaver gripped the edge of his desk, knuckles white. "Open your textbooks to page 247. Nobody moved. Is she from a previous marriage?" "Another student." "Do you have a secret family?" Page 247. "Now, why are you being so weird about it?" Austin laughed. "It's just a blanket, unless you stole it or something." A few kids laughed. Mr. Weaver didn't. "It's not stolen. Then whose is it?" Silence. "Mr. Weaver?" He was staring at the briefcase, not moving, not blinking. "Are you okay?" The girl in the front row stood up. "You look like you're going to pass out." "I'm fine." "You're clearly not fine. Is the blanket from an ex-girlfriend or something?" "She's not an ex-girlfriend." "Then who is she? Who's Gloria?" The room was quiet, everyone watching, everyone waiting. Mr. Weaver picked up the briefcase, held it against his chest. "Gloria was my daughter." Was. The word hung in the air. "She was born 3 years ago. She had her mother's eyes, brown with little gold flecks. She smiled in her sleep. She grabbed my finger the first time I held her and didn't let go for an hour. Nobody moved. She died at 4 months. SIDS. Sudden infant death syndrome." His voice cracked. "I went to wake her up one morning and she wasn't breathing. She was cold. She'd been gone for hours and I didn't know. I was sleeping in the next room and I didn't know." Austin's face had gone white. "I called 911. I did CPR until the paramedics arrived. I broke 2 of her ribs trying to bring her back." He wiped his face. "It didn't matter. She was already gone." "Mr. Weaver, my wife left 6 months later. She said she couldn't look at me without seeing Gloria. Couldn't stay in the house. Couldn't stay in the marriage." He opened the briefcase, pulled out the blanket. "This is all I have left. Her grandmother made it. It still smells like her, like baby powder and lavender." The class was silent. Someone in the back was crying. "Sometimes I drive around at night, just holding it, remembering what it felt like when she was alive, when I was a father." He pressed the blanket against his face, inhaled. 4 months. That's all I got. 4 months of being the happiest I've ever been. And then nothing. Austin stood up slowly. "I'm sorry. I didn't know. I was just joking around. You couldn't have known. I don't talk about her. Saying her name out loud makes it real. Makes me remember that she's not coming back."